All right, hey guys, welcome back to the show. We are doing another cool piece of magical armor today.
Yes, this is Ben named it the Elven helmet.
Yes, because it looks like an elven helmet.
It does.
It looks like the helmet that the elves wear in Minas Tirith.
Yeah. And I didn't even think of that when I was drawing it. And then Ben looked at it and goes, "Oh, it's an elven helmet." And I guess you're right. I can't argue with you. You're correct, Ben. But actually, it's from the Middle East, somewhere like about 500 BC.
Really, that long
Yeah.
ago? You added wings to it?
No, that's straight out of a catalog.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And you see what I did here, Ben, is I painted the entire thing in a kind of a golden orangey brown color. And then I took blue on a sponge and just dotted it up to give us a texture of like bronze that has aged a little while.
Yeah, a little bit of like corrosion and stuff in there. You can kind of
bit.
see a little bit of the green and blue hanging out in there. It gives it a little bit more like used feel.
Yes, it's been around the block a couple of times. And now I'm putting in my extreme darks, black areas, and then I'm going to blend those out, and then you'll see at the end I'll paint over the top with a lighter color to give us our three-dimensionality. So you see here I'm putting extreme blacks, and then I take a little bit of water and I'll fizz the edges out so it's not so sharp. And then I put in a black wash again to give it make it a little darker, and to fizz out some of the lines so it's not so harsh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see. It kind of just blends them in.
Yeah.
But then you still have like the original imprint of
you still have that edge. So when you put your highlights in, then it'll give you the crispiness on the edges that you want. But you don't have to paint in the. You need crispy edges and fizzy edges, because you have to have both. Because if you just have one, it doesn't look right. And of course, if it's all blurry, it doesn't look right either.
Yeah.
So here we're putting in the. Again, I'm putting in another layer of kind of a black over it.
Yeah. Now that green and the blue is kind of really in the background.
Yeah, it's not so harsh now.
Yeah.
And here we put in some more darks. And we're establishing that light source is coming from up center, about up center.
Add that depth so you can see that it's a helmet.
Yes. Yeah, so if not, it's going to look like it's flat. We don't want that.
Yeah.
That's no fun. So now I'm starting to put the highlights on, and you see how it really starts jumping off the page here. Gives you that three-dimensionality. And all the little weird... I don't know what that weird comb thing is on top of that helmet. That's a weird-looking deal.
Yeah, that's cool, though. I wonder if at some point it held horsehair or something. Like
yeah,
the
it's
ones you've
possible.
seen.
The little spiral things on the sides, that did hold feathers.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you stuffed your feathers into that, so that's what that actually was. And I debated whether I was going to paint feathers in it or leave it alone. And I thought, well, if I put the feathers in it, it's going to be more complicated. But it probably would have looked cooler, so I kind of regret not painting the feathers in there now. I should have put them in there. Like, we did that with the gladiator helmet.
Yeah.
I put the feathers on the gladiator helmet.
You did put the feathers on the gladiator helmet.
This one I didn't, and I should have. So sorry, you guys. Didn't put the friggin' feathers in there. And I threw a little more blue in there because, again, metal is reflective. So you want reflections of things around it. And, of course, sky. Well, sky is gray right here in Seattle.
Yeah, and probably...
But it's blue everywhere else.
Yeah. Unless these guys did a lot of fighting in Siberia.
Yeah. And here we're really... there's some kind of weird thing going on with the front of that helmet. I changed it quite a bit. It's completely different than the photograph.
Yeah.
I had a little more leaf-shaped things going on there. The photograph was kind of... actually, I couldn't really tell what was going on in that photograph, so I just had to make up the design on the front of that helmet.
And you didn't freehand it with paint, though, right? You had it drawn.
I had a little bit of a drawing down there. I freehanded a little bit because
wow.
I wasn't 100% sure what was going on. I'm like, this looks fun.
Yeah. Wow.
I'll just throw it in there.
And you have the warrior or the goddess or whatever on the left side.
Yes, that's a figure that's been embossed into that piece of metal there. And I don't know exactly who that is, because I don't know, not 100% sure what country that helmet was from.
Yeah.
So, but I know it's BC, and well BC.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
What would this have been made out of?
Bronze.
Bronze.
Mm-hmm. All bronze, which is a copper tin alloy.
So that's why you had to get a lot of that green in there.
Yeah, because you put bronze out, and for 2 seconds it starts changing color. So unless you polish it every day. And here we're putting on some highlights, and you can see it's really starting to take shape here. Figuratively and reality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just get that brighter yellow, and you go around all the edges where it's picking up the light.
And you can get carried away with it too. So if you use too much and cover up all the brown, then it doesn't look as much three-dimensional. You have to be real careful with your highlights, because if you do it too much, then it flattens it out again.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be... I need somebody with a rubber hammer to hit me on the head so that I know when to stop putting my highlights on. So I can keep it three-dimensional instead of two-dimensional.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. But you also still want it to be a little bit brighter because you want it to look shiny.
Yeah, it has to.
And new and used and polished.
Yeah, it has to look shiny. And here we're putting some white on, so it really looks shiny now.
Yeah, right where it caught where the spotlight's hitting it.
Yeah. And then I'm using my white to hit the super shiny bits, and then to hit the edges to make it nice and crispy. When I colored outside the lines, and we're just about done.
Just gotta white out the edges, and
yes,
we're done. Awesome. Well, thanks for walking us through this.
You're welcome. Thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
We'll see you next time. Bye bye.